Good morning. It is Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It is Cinco de Mayo. It is Takeout Tuesday. It's so many fun things today. Anyway, I hope you're having a fabulous day, fabulous morning. It's already 10 o'clock. I can't believe it. It's another day down and another light. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel a little closer, but I can't. It's so funny because at the beginning of the year, it's like Cinco de Mayo, Taco Tuesday, and there are all these things like I can't remember, like Christmas is on a Friday, like all things throughout the year. They're all like on really good days, and then all of a sudden we get quarantined. We're like every day is a weekend. It feels like anyway. So I hope you're having a fabulous day. I saw this meme. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it already, but it's kind of funny. It's a virus named after a Mexican beer. Ruins Cinco de Mayo on Taco Tuesday. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. I can just hear his voice doing it. A little different than my voice, I know for sure. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. If you are watching, I'd appreciate it if you just hit the little share button just so you can see that. So maybe you can share it with some of your friends. I was watching something. I was watching this like one of these like self-help thing, or I don't know what it is, and they were saying you need to find out. Hey, Andy. Hey, Ofer. Hey, Valerie. Thanks for joining me this morning. And it says, what kind of problem are you trying to solve? Like when you do these video casts or vlogs or podcasts, like, and I guess, and I'm not really sure what problems I'm solving. I guess I'm just trying to get some happy out there in the world. It's when I would get in trouble when I was little. My dad would say, "Don't come out of your room till you're smiling." It's like that's how we solved our problems. Better smiling. But it's like you never go to sleep angry. And when I used to do stand up, that was like one of my jokes. You never go to sleep angry. I'm like, my husband and I have been awake for the last 3 months. I'm like, well, I've been awake. Around 10 o'clock, it's like, I'm tired and going to bed. But yeah, don't quit my day job. I know. And my day job. Hey, speaking of which, because I just don't think I talk about this enough, my day job is I am a realtor. And a lot of people out there thinking, are people buying or people selling? And I'm sure if you read in the news, and my mom called me yesterday, she goes, there was an article on the front page of the paper. My parents still get the paper. Front page of the Sun Sentinel, and it said people are still buying, they're still selling, they're doing everything virtually, and that's what a lot of it is. In a lot of them, I'll go out and you'll look at houses online, and then if I've done some virtual showings. One of my clients lives up north, and I went through and we did the video video like a whatever live while I was walking through the house. So there's a lot of things you can do. People are getting approved for loans and all kinds of stuff. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, maybe you're thinking, you know what, I have too big of a house, too small of a house. After you've been in the house for a while, all of a sudden it's like, this is a lot of work. Or, oh, we have too many people in this tiny house. Hey, Marnie. Wow, this is kind of fun. It's like almost like a mini reunion when people show up. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We have a lot of birthdays today, and again, there's so many different kinds of celebrations. You do the drive-by, you're doing your Zooms, you're doing your birthdays with everybody with masks on. It's kind of nice that people are making do with what we can. So happy birthday to Linda Jean Dixon Long. Her husband, Mike Long, actually married me. Well, he performed the ceremony, he didn't marry me. Happy birthday to Mark Shank, Carol Lee Barge, and Dave Gluckman. And if you're having a celebration today, I hope you have a great day and make the most of it, because like we said, it's Cinco de Mayo, but it's also Takeout Tuesday. So if you're thinking of where can I take out for this fabulous day of Cinco de Mayo, I wish I had my Mexican hat. I didn't go to storage. I could have got it. Tats and Tacos, one of my girls, our favorite restaurants, they're opening up. And they have a great taco kit that you can get. It has tortillas. You can pick the filling, the kind of meat, whatever. I mean, it's awesome. So they're opened up today. And if maybe that's, maybe a little too much for you, maybe you want to make a taco cake. Or maybe not. Or maybe, you just want to put on some Mexican music. I don't know. Just do something a little different, a little fun. Kind of cool. So, hey, Wendy and Paul, nice to see you this morning. And so there's a lot of neat things that people are doing. So if you're doing something special for Cinco de Mayo, let me know. I know Jen Staffen, she just came on. I know her and her daughter are going to do something fabulous for Cinco de Mayo. So I can't wait to see. That's kind of the fun thing going on Facebook. And you see all these neat things that people post. In fact, I stole this from Diane Fletcher's wall. Look at this that they're doing. She posted this. They're putting up shower curtains in between people when they're getting your hair cut. So how cool is that? So it's just like so many different things, different ideas that people are coming up with. Like I showed you the other day at Cosmos Spa, they're putting the plexi up, so you just put your hands through for the manicures. That's kind of neat, huh? So people are getting creative. So many different things come out of like the quarantine, like people are at home, like what ideas can I have? What can I do? There's some neat stuff that can happen. So I'm sure there's so many new creative ideas. One thing that I find that is not so creative and not something I'm going to be doing is this. Oh, these poor dogs that people have taken to themselves. Hey, Dave Hecker, they're taking to themselves and cutting their dog's hair. Oh my Lord. My girls are like, can we dye Thumper? Can we dye her like different colors? I'm like, no. And look at these dogs. And that's, oh my gosh, one time I did. I'm like, you know what? I don't need a groomer. I'm going to cut my dog's hair. Teddy, get over here. And I even got the clippers and I'm cutting her. Oh my gosh, she looked like, oh, it was so bad. It was, she was so mad at me. She looked at me, stay away. It was awful. Anyway, anyway, a lot of good things coming of us of the quarantine. Well, not like good things, but you know what I mean. Look at this. There's a Pennsylvania dairy farmer. He bottled his own milk because he didn't want to have to just pour it out because, a lot of times they couldn't take, that's part of the problem. Hey, Alfredo, they could not get it to the factories to get it made and put in bottles and all this. So a Pennsylvania farmer, he started doing that. And I know Kroger, and there's a lot of the Kroger grocery stores, they're actually buying the milk from a lot of the farmers and they're just donating it. And I know Publix is doing that locally as well, which is amazing. So on a little bit of a sad note, yesterday I'm sure a lot of you heard Don Shula, who was used to be, if you thought Miami Dolphins, that's usually who you thought, Don Shula and Dan Marino. And he passed away. So I asked Wayne Stofsky because he used to go to, he'll tell you about it, he used to go to a lot of the Dolphin games when he was growing up. And, he used to be a sports reporter and all this. And I asked him if he could just give me his take on, Don Shula's passing. So I'm going to just let him tell you then.
Well, good morning, Cindy. Unfortunately, this report is not as happy as the last couple I have filed, as longtime Miami Dolphin head coach Don Shula passed away yesterday at the age of 90. He was the winningest coach in NFL history with 347 victories. He won 2 Super Bowls, number 7 and number 8, and took the Dolphins to 5 Super Bowls in total. And of course, he had the only undefeated season in NFL history when the Dolphins went 17-0 in 1972. Now, back in the early 70s, I went to just about every game with my father from the 74-75 season through 1985 when I graduated high school and went off to college, and those were some of the best memories of my childhood, going to those games when the Dolphins had a winning team just about every single year, and those were the very early years also of Dan Marino. Now, I was fortunate to see that. I know a lot of people here in South Florida only hear about those games, but as old as I am and, growing up in a sports household, I was a lucky child. And then also, Don Shula retired in 1995. In 93, 94, I started my sports broadcasting career as a producer at NBC6 in Miami. So I got to interview Don Shula quite a few times. Not the easiest guy to cover as a journalist, but he was a legend, a Hall of Famer inside and out. Now, he took over the Baltimore Colts as a head coach at 33 years old, which was unprecedented. Like I said, a Hall of Famer, and he will be sorely missed here in the South Florida community as he did more than just being a coach. He brought so much to the community. He was philanthropic, started businesses that most of us frequented. His son David still lives here in South Florida, right here in Cooper City, in fact, and his other son Mike is coaching in the NFL with the Denver Broncos. So a sad day here in South Florida as Don Shula has passed away at the age of 90. Cindy?
Oh, thank you so much, Wayne. I really appreciate that. It's so, sorry. There's so many people who have so many memories of Don Shula. And I grew up, like I said, that's all I thought about. And I know if Maureen Gillick was on here, she would remember. And I had to pull this up because I just thought it was kind of cool. I put together a little montage of Don Shula along with the music of that I'm sure will bring a lot of memories back. I know we did a dance to this in elementary school at Sheridan Hills, so I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
So anyway, I hope that you all are having, if you had a lot of memories of the Dolphins and Don Shula and even like Pete Stoyanovich in there and Dan Marino and all that. There's so many things, and I know a lot of us are just hoping that when everything happens this summer, maybe people can get back to training. And I know they're missing spring training, and I know a lot of the spring games. One of my friends loves like the Alabama when they do their spring matchup or whatever. I don't even know what they're called. I'm such a sports person. I'm just happy I know when it's offense and defense. It took me a while to learn that. Only about 7 years of cheering, but it's just really special, and it's part of our culture growing up down here in South Florida. So anyway, love goes out to the Shula family. So I know a lot of us feel the same way. Anyway, I hope that you have a fabulous day today. I want to thank everyone who tunes in the morning. Just like I said, it's like a little shot of sunshine. I talked about this before, but every morning when my mom would wake us up, she would come in and sing to us. And the song was Good Morning, Mary Sunshine. And I know my brother would be like, oh, so annoying. But it's almost like one of those things that every morning I look forward to it. And I'll start crying. And it's just like something special to us. And this time with my girls, like last night, one of my girls got in bed with me because it's like she couldn't sleep, and then she knows my TV's on. I don't want to. It's probably because she wants to sleep with me. I know it's because TV's on, but that's okay. But it's kind of cool because there's a lot of new memories that are being made. And a friend of mine's father passed away, and he had been in the hospital right before. And they discharged him, and he had failing health and so forth. But because of the quarantine, the whole family was in town. Her 3 children, 2 of them were back from college. 1 came back from a program that she was doing, and everybody was there. So they got to spend the time with the dad and with the mom and everything. And it's, she said something. She said, everything happens for the best. And that's truly how I feel. I used to say, my mom would always say, everything happens for a reason. And but then I always thought, yeah, but it could be for a bad reason. And so I always say, I changed it to everything happens for the best. And you don't know what the best is, and maybe you're working through it. I have some people right now that are sadly just getting ready to get divorced, or they're just ending a divorce, or so many things happening in this time because life keeps going on. We may be quarantined, we may be stuck here, but life is still going on. And we're going to the orthodontist today, and things like that. So things are still happening, and I hope you're making the most of this time. And when I say that, I don't mean somebody just posted, what did you get done? What did you accomplish during the quarantine? I don't mean that, because my mom just said again today, oh, I'm not going to get everything done. And I want you all to just take this with you. Enjoy the day and enjoy the moments, and don't put that pressure on yourself to get things done and do things. And if you see other people doing accomplishments, or if you see me doing this silly little show and you're like, oh, she's doing that, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. This is something I wanted to do for a long time, and now I have the time to do it. But don't look at anybody else and you're like, well, I got up this morning and I didn't even get out of my pajamas. Don't worry about it. You got up. Or if you didn't get up, you laid around and you just got rested. That's what this is about, recharging and recentering, and just, make the most of it. And I know a lot of us out there are there's all these great people doing for Feeding South Florida and things like that. So if you are needing something, if you need food, or you're having a hard time, you need somebody to talk to, please reach out to those people. One of my friends posted that she was having a hard time last week. It was really, really difficult, and nobody knew about it, and she hadn't told anybody. So please don't feel like you're burdening anyone. That's what we need to do. We are coming together as a community, and I want to make sure you know that we're here. If you need to talk, message me. There's Tony May, who's doing amazing things up in Palm Beach right now with helping people that are homeless. There are so many wonderful people out there. Milo is bringing all those tomatoes down. Now they've practically run out of tomatoes because he probably sold so many. So if there's something you can do, hola Grace, if something you feel like you need help with, we're here to help you. So please do that. And on Cinco de Mayo, not a better day to do it. If you have an extra margarita, reach out to your neighbor. I hope you have a fabulous day, a fabulous Tuesday, and hasta mañana. Muchas gracias. Oh, and I got so excited. I wasn't even ready for that. So you have a couple more seconds of me. I just want you all to know how much I appreciate every person out there. They talk about Facebook, or they talk about YouTube, or they talk about these things like, oh my gosh, it's so impersonal. But I tell you, this is such personal to me. It's so neat to see all my friends and see their pictures you're posting, and the graduates and everything else. And don't forget to send me in your senior pictures, because I'm doing something special. So don't forget. So please do that, and have a fabulous, fabulous day. Hasta luego.